Have you ever wondered if the advice you're following for starting a business totally from scratch in 2025 is completely wrong? Well, I believe a lot of it is, and I think it's holding you back. In fact, I know it is, because in 2019, I ignored most of the typical advice. I completely rebuilt my business from zero, and it generated almost $6 million in just the last 5 years. And what you're seeing here, that's just from Stripe. It's not including PayPal. And the best part is I've developed a system that hasn't just worked for me, but it's worked for hundreds of my students who were tired of the old build an audience first and monetize later approach that keeps most entrepreneurs broke and burned out. Now, to start, you need to understand the strategy we're going to use to generate sales and why it's so powerful. First, the biggest mistake I see entrepreneurs make is treating audience building and selling as separate activities. They spend months creating content, hoping to build an audience first, and only then think about monetization. But here's the truth. Most successful businesses build offers and audiences at the same time. This is exactly how I built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses, and it's the foundation of my Offer Vault Plus program. Now, instead of waiting for you to have enough followers, you need to be strategic about monetizing from day one. That way, every piece of content serves two purposes. One, you're growing your audience, and two, you're creating customers, because without them, you don't yet have a business. Now, if right now you're looking to build offers that convert from day one, check out Offer Vault Plus. It's where I'll show you how to create irresistible offers, even with a tiny audience. I'll leave the link right below this video as well. Now, let me break down exactly what I would do if I were starting my business from scratch in 2025. First, this might be obvious to some, but maybe not. I would build a personal brand. If I was starting from zero, I would focus on building a brand on Instagram. And here's why. Personal brands typically grow faster and create stronger connections than those faceless accounts. Think about it. I mean, Elon Musk has way more followers than Tesla, and Richard Branson has way more than Virgin. People connect with people and the faces, not just the logos. Now, once my personal brand is set up on my Instagram profile, I would then immediately create my first 7 reels that are strategic because they're based on the customer buying journey. Now, I have an entire workshop dedicated to the strategy, which you can grab via the QR code, or I'll drop the link below this video. But I'll walk you through what those 7 reels are here now so you can start ideating and start posting. So first reel is all about exposing the myths and mistakes in my niche that my audience believes. So this is to attract people who are believing these things that are wrong, and I want to bring them to my profile. The second reel is where I would share quick how-to tips that solve immediate problems. So that gives them that dopamine hit. The third reel is where I would tell a story of a challenge that I've personally overcome to help them see that I've been there, done that. Then the fourth reel is where I'd highlight my unique approach or framework. So if I have a specific way of how I do things or teach something, I would share it in that reel. The fifth reel would be where I would share my founder story and mission so that people can understand why I'm doing what I do. And the sixth reel is where I would showcase any client testimonials that I have or results. And if I don't have clients yet, I would talk about my own results. That's a-okay. And finally, my seventh reel is where I'd present an overview of my main key offer, and I'm going to cover more of that in a little bit. So once my 7 reels are made, I would then pin 3 of them to the top of my profile. One is my founder story, one is the overview of my main offer, and then one is client testimonials or results. What this does is prepare my profile to be a 24/7 sales machine so that as I start posting new content, new viewers can see exactly who I am and what I'm about, what I have to offer, and proof that backs it up. The second step of starting my business totally from scratch is gathering social proof immediately. Now, this might surprise you a little bit, but I would collect testimonials from day one, even if I don't have clients in this specific business yet. What I'd do is reach out to past colleagues, employers, or anyone I've helped in any related area, and I would ask them for testimonials about my work ethic, my expertise, or any teeny little result I help them achieve. No matter how far-reaching that result is, I want something that helps back me up because this is a brand new business, and the more proof I have, the more trust I can start to build with people. This is crucial because social proof eliminates the "who is this person?" objection right away. By showing that others have trusted and benefited from you as an expert, you accelerate that trust building process. So don't wait until you have dozens of clients to ask for testimonials. Be creative and start gathering social proof from day one and display it prominently. The third step of creating a business from scratch is to create high ticket offers first. This might feel counterintuitive, but hear me out. Because if I were starting from scratch, I would create $1,000 plus offers first and not low ticket products, even though I love them. Why is this? Because with a small audience, you need to maximize the value of every single follower. So let's say you have 100 followers and you sell a $27 product. Even with an amazing 10% conversion rate, that's only $270. But if you sell a $1,000 coaching package to just one person, you've made nearly 4 times that. So here's how I'd structure my offers. First, I'd have a one-on-one coaching package, anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000, depending on how intensive it is. Then a second option would be a small group program, anywhere from $500 to $1,000. So this would be for people who can't quite afford the one-on-one coaching. My third offer might be a VIP day. So that could be anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 for anyone who wants to have my undivided attention for a whole day where we get things done. The key when crafting these offers is focusing on the problems that you specifically can help someone solve, where your clients also get a clear return on their investment. So when crafting these offers, I would come up with transformation-focused names so that people understand what's in it for them, and I would work on writing clear, compelling sales pages. I help you do all of this inside of my program called High Ticket Vault, where I help you take your existing skills and turn them into a high ticket offer, even if you're just getting started and you have no audience. So it might be a good next step for you. So our brand new baby business is coming along. We have a presence on Instagram. We have some social proof. We have offers. What's the next step in this process? Well, fourth step of building a business from scratch is to set up multiple call booking options. What does this mean? As a brand new business, I want people to book calls with me. I want to talk to them face to face. I want to understand their problems, and I want to know if I can help them. So I really recommend for you to offer free discovery calls so that your audience can get to know you and meet you as well. For those free calls, I would use a platform like Calendly so that people could find a time that works for both of us and there's no back and forth exchange inside of our emails. And Calendly also has some options for people to have to pay for the call in advance if you wanted to set up some one-off strategy calls or maybe a little VIP day over a call. You can turn those into products inside of a tool like Calendly so that people are paying you before they're booking in their time. So another revenue stream. So essentially this creates an additional income stream where you're getting paid in advance before your time is getting booked up. And the truth is, when people pay for something, they take it more seriously, and often they turn into the better long-term clients. So it's kind of a win-win. Now, the fifth step to building this business is getting consistent with my daily content, especially if I don't have clients yet. I have all the time in the world to make content. So if I'm starting from zero, I would commit to posting something valuable every single day for at least 90 days. I would focus on micro topics that my audience cares about. So specific problems, solutions, insights. I would go specific rather than broad and generic. So this does mean you're breaking down big concepts into little bite-sized pieces, but here's the crucial part. I would completely ignore the view counts and engagement metrics for those first 90 days. Because most people quit too early when they don't see that immediate traction. But consistency compounds over time. So I would personally aim to post 5 to 7 reels per week. I would also post 2 to 3 carousel posts every single week. And I would share a single daily story that's strategic, just like this one I'm showing you here. It connects back to one of my free or paid offers, and it's triggered by a DM automation so that if someone replies the keyword that I'm sharing with them in the story, they'll get an immediate response back from me. When you're just getting started, remember this. Every piece of content is a potential client touchpoint. So you're not just building an audience, you're actually building a client pipeline. And you never know what piece of content is going to make someone stop their scroll and think, I want to work with them. With all these pieces in place, the sixth step of building this business is to focus on selling out my high ticket services first. So my number one priority would be to sell out my services or coaching packages as quickly as possible. Now that might mean I only have 3 or 4 or 5 clients, but if they're each paying $1,000 a month, well, $5,000 a month is probably enough to sustain my life and my new business. So that's where I want to get to as fast as possible. This does mean that I'm actively promoting my offers. I'm not just passively hoping that people will find them and book. So you do need to get comfortable with selling. You need to talk about yourself and your offers. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. To help make this easier, use your content to post about your offers. So I would probably make sure that about 20% of my posts are talking about or relating back to my offers. So I could talk about things like my client results stories, my own transformation. I could share behind the scenes of my coaching process. I could do FAQ videos addressing common objections. I could even do limited time flash sales or promotions or bonuses. I want to keep things interesting and I want to get people focused on my offers, because once those high ticket services are sold out, I would then move people to a wait list and I would nurture them to be the first students of my self-led course, which is kind of a downsell of my high ticket services. And it'd be based on my services. So if people didn't want me to do the services for them, they could take this course and learn how to do it for themselves. By the way, this is exactly what I did when I started my own business. Way back in 2014, I had an agency that did services for clients. So I was the service provider. And then when I had 5, 6, 7 clients, I was kind of maxed out. And that's when I started building my brand on Instagram and launched my very first course. Step 7 of this beautiful business we're building is to create strategic low ticket offers. So only now do we get to low ticket offers, because once I'm established, once my high ticket offers are proven to sell, then I can start playing around with offers anywhere between $27 and $97. So at these price points, of course, they're not designed to be your primary revenue stream initially, but these offers serve as entry points to your entire ecosystem. And they help turn your followers into customers, which is a great thing for you. But for your people, they also get a tiny taste of what it's like to work with you before investing in some of your higher ticket offers. So for example, if my coaching program helps entrepreneurs create content strategies, then my low ticket offer might be a template pack, which I love, or a mini course on creating 30 days of content in just 2 hours. That's a compelling hook. Now, the key here with your low ticket offers is ensuring that they naturally lead people towards your premium offers. So they should solve a small specific problem and helping your customer get that dopamine hit, but you can also introduce them to the greater problem at large and how your high ticket offer helps to solve that for them. This is exactly what I teach inside of Offer Vault Plus, how to create an ecosystem of low ticket offers that naturally lead people to high ticket purchases. I've used this exact same approach to generate over $10 million in online sales from my digital products and programs. I'm a big believer in this system because it's worked so well for me and hundreds of my students. So check out Offer Vault Plus and let's start building your low ticket offers. Now that you have your business blueprint ready to go, if you found this video helpful, you might be interested in the next one where I break down exactly what I would do if I were to start Instagram from zero. So if you've decided that Instagram is the best place to grow your audience and your brand to turn people into customers, then be sure to watch this video next.